Okay, so astrology update. I want to talk about what's going on in the sky right now. It is April 22nd, Monday, and yeah, there's some pretty big aspects that are happening. So we have the sun conjunct Uranus today. So the sun being, our core sense of self, our ego, our characteristics, our personality, it's conjunct the planet Uranus, which is like the electric shock planet. It kind of illuminates anything that's been hidden. It's like a dark room. The lights flash on and you gain clarity and, the messages that you need, and then the lights go off. So, yeah, maybe experiencing some, sudden insights or downloads, or just having clarity, on something that's maybe been confusing for a little while, or that you've been going back and forth on for a while. Today and tomorrow, the sun's going to slowly move away from Uranus, but it's a pretty powerful aspect. So just noticing, yeah, what comes through today. It may be a little bit hard to to sleep tonight, or to just be able to concentrate, because the Uranus energy, it's electrical, right? So you can kind of feel that in your body, or just feel like a little bit of anxiety or uneasiness, but the high expression of the Uranus energy is, yeah, being able to receive those downloads, getting clarity. Uranus ultimately wants to come in and shake up like any stuck energy within our body. So it comes in and like, shakes up anything in regards to, with it being in the sign of Taurus, in regards to our sense of self-worth, how we go about sharing our gifts, our ability to make money, to provide for ourselves, like to care for ourselves on the most basic, like core materialistic level. Taurus is an earth sign. It's very much like our earthly possessions and how we're able to feel safe, being here and being in a body. So just noticing what comes through, in that area of your life. If you have like sudden downloads or messages or clarity that comes in regards to, yeah, in your sense of self, your sense of self-worth, or maybe just, again, like a sudden knowing of what you need to do, or what you need to break free from, so that you are able to self-actualize, is what we're really being asked to do right now, and to kind of integrate all parts of ourselves, to integrate the feminine and the masculine, and parts that we haven't wanted to look at, or that maybe we've been told aren't good, or like aren't okay to share. Or I'm thinking like for a guy, like, not to feel things and to cry and to be emotionally vulnerable, or for women to step into their power and their masculine energy, and knowing that like they can do things on their own as well, like men and women can do things both on their own, that we don't need somebody else to come in and save us, like the opposite sex. So it's a lot of just kind of taking your power back and moving through any fears around, because we've got Venus and Mercury conjunct Chiron. So Chiron is a primal wound that we have, and with it being in Aries, the wound is to our sense of self, our identity in the outer world, like how we go about asserting ourselves, how we go about expressing who we are, in the core level, like what we're truly passionate about. So with Venus, the planet of love, maybe noticing patterns in relationships, like how wounds have affected you in relationships, or just noticing the patterns that you get into, the cycles that you repeat in relationships, and really just moving forward, like just doing the steps, taking the steps necessary in order to heal that wound. So yeah, relationships are highlighted, as well as how we communicate and how we express ourselves in the outer world. So yeah, there could be a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff coming up right now. We still have Pluto in the South Node and Saturn all conjunct, which is going to be going on for the rest of this year and into next year. So there's so much work that's happening, like on a really deep level right now, of unearthing any structures in our life that are not in alignment with where we're going now. Bringing up all of the stories of the past life fears or karmic patterns, just being able to look at it all, to look at, the way of living that we followed, or the structures that we followed, or like all of those things being examined, and ultimately being burnt down and being destroyed if it's no longer in alignment with us and with the direction that we're trying to go in. we've got Jupiter retrograde, we've got Pluto about to go retrograde, and then Saturn. So with Jupiter being retrograde, we're really being asked to just look at our values, look at our integrity, like I've mentioned before, and just making sure that we're really living in alignment with that we're really living, like, our external world is matching our internal morals and values, and what we feel is living in integrity. We're making the adjustments necessary in our outer world to really match that. And I think with the Uranus conjunct the sun, it may be kind of sudden or like abrupt, or just like totally, something comes in and you want to go in a totally different direction, or you get this like insight or this awareness, and then it kind of changes the course of your life. So that could be coming up right now, just having these, like, yeah, these realizations or these epiphanies on, what you want to do, how you want to, how you're going to self-actualize. And yeah, I think right now I feel that it could either be a really exciting time or a really scary time. If you are not comfortable with digging up shit from the past, with looking at, the patterns that you have in your life and the karmic cycles that we get in, the conditioned beliefs that we have, the consensus thinking, like all of the shit that we've been fed that's not ours. If you're not comfortable, like looking at that and digging it up and sitting with it and allowing the structures that are no longer serving you, that are no longer supporting you to continue to grow, allowing all of that to just be burnt down, like allowing all of that to leave. So it's just, if you're comfortable with leaning into the unknown, like, we're being asked to shake up a lot of things in our lives. We're being asked to look at our core beliefs, looking at our values, our integrity, looking at, how we go about using our power. We're about to have so many planets go retrograde, so really giving us that time to reflect and to pause and to throw off the old consensus patterns. That's what retrogrades represent. They want us to pause and take that time to reflect and to really look at, whatever area it is, to look at our beliefs, with Jupiter, to look at our personal power, with Pluto retrograding, to look at our thought processes and how our mind works, when Mercury retrogrades, and to throw off the shit that's not ours, that we've been carrying, that isn't serving us anymore. So yeah, so if you can lean into, maybe the uncertainty of what's going to happen, or just all of the structures in your life changing and kind of needing to rebuild, and seeing that as a positive thing, like allowing the stuff to leave that's no longer serving you, to create space for what you're wanting to grow and what you're wanting to build now. So as long as you can move into that space with just like openness and acceptance for what is, and embracing, where you're at right now, and just really claiming, like, yeah, claiming our sovereignty and our autonomy and our just like self, like, reliance and resilience, just, yeah, feeling unshakable within our inner security and our stability, and not needing anything outside of ourselves, not needing, these outdated beliefs that we need to hold on to for some false sense of security, not needing a person to come in and to fix things, not needing a certain place or situation, or not needing anything outside of yourself, that, letting anything outside of yourself affect your inner state. And that's what we're really being asked to, like, to cultivate and to tap into, just that inner strength and stability, really getting clear on who we are, on what is our shit, like what we want to carry, what we want to like present to the world, and what's just old stuff that we've been, that's been fed to us, that's not ours. So yeah, so just leaning into the healing that's available at this time. Yeah, I'm really excited about this energy. Looking at where Taurus is in your chart, looking at what house Taurus is in, that can give you a greater insight as to what area of your life it's really asking you to shake up and to break free from, like, the old structures. With the Sun conjunct Uranus, we have that today. So, and then tomorrow as well, it's going to slowly move away from Uranus, but Uranus is going to stay in Taurus for a long time. So it's going to be constantly kind of shaking up that area of our life. So looking at what house that's falling in for you. So yeah, if you want to schedule an astrology reading, if you want me to, show you your chart and explain what house Taurus is falling in, and what area of your life that would represent needing to break some things up, to break free, to like invite new energy into that area, you can, book a reading with me through my website at cosmicguidance.online. And right now it's a really good time to do past life regressions or any type of regression work, to just dive deeper into our karmic patterns and our cycles, and just better understanding the shit that we repeat, and kind of what we're here to overcome in this lifetime. So yeah, you can message me if you'd like to do either of those, and I hope this was helpful. Yeah, I'm into it. I'm excited about this energy right now. Like, a lot of change, a lot of old things falling and just like disintegrating, and just needing to be okay with that, being okay with what is left, what we still have, and what we want to take with us moving forward, really consciously choosing that for ourselves. All right.